Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Logitech Play to Win Series Season 4, the Valorant Quarterly Tournament Division B Match number 40. We have Habibi Chill taking on Nitro Zeus. This looks to be a very promising game in terms of the game itself. I mean, I have a pretty good feeling it might not be a one-sided game like we saw previously, but I feel like we have seen both teams play before. And Nitro Zeus being a very strong team last quarterly season around as well. Uh, they played extremely well. I think got almost to they couldn't qualify through quarterfinals, but they did lose to I think Mistwalkers or Purple Overkill, either one of the teams. But they had a really good showing during the last quarterly tournament, so I'm expecting them to perform the same this time around as well. And having said that, a massive shout out to Logitech for coming in clutch this time around as well. 130,000 rupees in prize money across the two divisions, as well as, I mean, coming in for multiple seasons, right? They're here for the fourth season as well, promoting Valorant inside the country and giving all these esports athletes out there a chance to fight for some good incentive in terms of money for sure. And of course, if you guys are in the market to buy some new peripherals, check out all the Logitech peripherals that they do have to offer. They have you covered in terms of mice, keyboards, mouse pads, headsets, whatever you need, they have you covered. For different styles of gameplay as well. I mean, if you want a wireless mouse, they have you covered. If it's wired, if that's your fancy, they have you covered that way as well. And in terms of keyboards, low profile, high profile, TKL keyboards, full size keyboards, they have you covered on all fronts. So do check out the Logitech peripherals if you're in the market to buy some new peripherals. And having said that, of course, joining me on the cast is going to be none other than Might, yet again. Might, hi.
Hello, Tara.
So might we have Habibi Chill taking on Nitro Zeus. We've seen both these teams play.
Mm,
They had a really good showing in, I think, Habibi Chill we saw this time around, but Nitro Zeus
mm,
we saw in the
mm.
previous quarterly tournament, and they had a really good showing. Both teams had a really good showing. So what do you think? What do you think the outcome will be? I think Habibi Chill might be favored here in terms of pure rank, but I think we were talking about how there might not be that big of a difference between diamond to plat and gold.
Yeah, saying that yeah, of course, I mean, especially when it comes to these pro matches, when you have, you have a lot of team play coming in, the ranks doesn't really matter. It's the rank only matters, especially in competitive cube. When it comes to, like team pro plays, and especially comes tournaments like this, when you have that entire team doing playing for one single goal, when you have a certain strat in mind, the rank really does not come into play that much. But and I mean, we are going to ascend again.
Ascent
So
yet again, surprise, surprise there. I mean, this map is favored by, sorry, this map is favored by Habibi Chill for sure, and I think last time around also Nitro Zeus played on Ascent, so both teams are quite comfortable on this map. And just taking a look at agent pickups here, we have a Brimstone picked up. I really like Brimstone on Ascent. A lot of ways to enter sites, and the orbital
ah,
strike definitely helping things out.
finally, I am so happy we are seeing two Soas on ascent.
Yes, I think it's
Thank
a
God.
mandatory pick, right? I think
I
Sova
know.
Sova should be like a mandatory pick on Ascent,
Mm, mm,
and we do have a Viper being picked up by Habibi Russell, and then we have KJ very standard. But the only strange part is though, Nitro Zeus does not have a single Sentinel. They are playing a triple duelist lineup. They have Phoenix, Raze, and Reyna. Interesting for sure.
and
Then
I think the idea behind this composition, because they are running a brimstone, is that they are going for straight executes. You
yeah.
should, I'm pretty sure we will not see fakes and those mid control and all that from the side of team Nitro Zeus. They are going for straight side executes. They have three doors to open up enough space, and they have a brimstone to smoke off those. The brimstone sky smoke is actually very powerful because it cuts off a lot more vision than a usual smoke from another controller. It's Viper, but the thing with Viper is you cannot. It's really hard to retrieve that smoke, and
Yeah.
then brimstone of course has them incendiary as well to manage post plants effectively. So the thing is, I mean, we are seeing two very different compositions from these two sides. A single duelist setup with a jet here on the side of Team Habibi, and it's we don't see a jet. I mean, I To me, I think Jet is an important. It's almost a mandatory pick, especially on a map like Ascent. But they are going for a triple duelist lineup without a Jet, and Roscoe's gonna just completely get deleted in front of him in there. So Zai is able to get himself into the side. There are
Oh
vulnerability
my
on the side.
god, the Viper!
The vulnerability and the decay from the utility of Viper gets him that kill, and Russell is able to take down the Reyna as well. It's down to max damage. It's down to the three players stuck in A main here. Max damage does not have any utility whatsoever except for his hot hands. Doesn't have a curveball to speak it aside. He gets the pick onto the defensive wipe of Russell. They do not really want
A tough
to
thing to push into, especially while the Viper is holding down the side. But we do see Zaraki all the way at B side, still haven't left his station, holding down B side with all his utility, and he's happy to stay there. But we do see a rotate coming in from Nitro Zeus here, going through mid by the looks of it. We'll have to wait and see how this works out for them. Meanwhile, max damage. They're actually going to rotate all the way back into A, trying to fake it. I don't know whether they're going to be expecting this, but it looks like they're still playing divided. It's going to be a 2v3. They are into sight at least.
Russell spots them. Russell gets a third kill on the round. It's down to max. It's only down to two players against a four-man stack here. Up in there.
Shots coming out from max damage.
That's going to be a 3v2. This is actually doable now. If max damage plays this wise, if he plays this right, if he is able to get a Russell here, it would be huge. Because on the side of Zephyr actually has the incendiary as well to stop a quick diffuse coming in. He's able to get.
Oh my lord, the shot!
First shots, and that's gonna be the round. Going for the side of Nitro Zeus. That's a huge execute, huge round coming from the side of max damage and Zephyr for the side of team Nitro Zeus. They are. I mean, that was just so well played. They realized that they couldn't go through A main because of all the wipe utility, so they regrouped and they took A shot control. And once the moment they got into sight, they were able to win those duels. That duel in Heaven against Soul, against the Omen by max damage, that was what won them the round. Had Soul won that duel, this would have been a completely different story. But we have an interesting push here. We have three players pushing up on the side of Habibi Chili. Oh no, Jack Hall is gonna get picked by three players, gonna get taken down there, but he does significant damage onto the Omen.
And now it's going to be still going to be an A execute by the looks of it. They do close the door, they spot out one, they don't
has a good
the corner.
The right click burst is huge for him, and Cesar has taken out Soul. He's able to get the overheal off, but look at Zaraki. Zaraki is all the way in mid, and they've taken so much control here. Zephyr, does he expect Zeno? Does he expect Zeno? Zeno has a shot here as well. He sees, oh no,
the shotty!
The shotty gets the kill. Zaraki with the kill on the Black Mamba as well. Cesar with all left to do, and he cannot do anything at all. Roscoe with the classic is able to clean up the round. What a huge play!
I mean, they bought in, right? Nitro Zeus bought into half shield Spectre, so now they're forced to play Spectre yet again. And buying in, see, this is the thing. I feel like being half-hearted in your buy is going to really affect you. I think if they did have full shields, it would have been a different story altogether. But they went it for half shield Spectres. Of course, they do. They are able to buy half shield Spectres yet again because of it. But they might not have needed to if they had bought full shields into Spectres. That's the thing. And now we do see Roscoe having picked up the operator already into the third round here with a half shield, not a glass cannon, but does have half shield on top of that operator. But right now, not getting any sort of information for the time being, at least. And it's going to be another A execute while we do see Jackal lurking all the way at B side here.
In A side, they're trying to play an A retake setup, but Jackal gets taken down there. Zeno with the quick shots is able to take him down, but this execute here on the side of A main, they're not able to push this wipe utility. They're scared to push towards this wipe utility for good reason. That is as Max damage puts the blaze wall up. He's able to get inside using the curve ball. He's gonna flash himself, but that's all right because they're taking the side. This again. The retake A setup. I'm not sure whether this is actually worth it to go for a retake on it when you don't have ults, but habibi has shown us that they have the stats required to do anything they want. The stim pack is used here by the Brimstone. It's been quite some time since I saw that utility come into play. The recon Dadu is going to give them quite a lot of information about the two players inside. habibi Soul gets skill onto Zephyr here. Oh, Jet dash inside as Roscoe gets a kill. It's down to the final play. It's down to Black Mamba. He doesn't have any utility whatsoever. He's going to peek into 4-5 players inside, just dancing around, waiting for him to come. And that's going to be the second round going for the side of Team habibi Chill.
It's a very good retake there coming out from them, jumping through Heaven, getting those pickoffs, and especially the classic kill coming out from Roscoe there into the Spectre. They do hold on to the operator still, and now we do see habibi Soul. He bought into the Vandal last round as well, but with half shields, but this time he does have full shields to back it up, and now we do see the rest of the team on, Nitro Zeus forced into a half buy here. They have half shields, a couple of stingers, and Ghost and Spectre. Yeah, Spectre. Actually, fourth wave. Okay.
They're gonna go for 3 stingers and a Spectre and a Ghost. Interesting buy here. Again, a very half-hearted buy. But Roscoe, he is in mid. He's trying to take control of mid. Doesn't see anything for himself. He's gonna try and get into a little more secure position.
Nice one-way there by the Omen as well. Stopping any sort of push coming. Roscoe needs to be careful. He might get gone. He does smoke it off so that he doesn't get. So the line goes out, but Roscoe is good for the shot. Takes out max damage here, and the shock darts. The paranoia comes in as well. They are all blinded. habibi Zeno takes out Jackal here. Roscoe trying to find some kills. Meanwhile, they do take. Oh my God, Zeno!
Zeno is just taking control. Roscoe with the classic, man. Stop this man. Don't give this man a classic.
He has got more kills with the classic than the operator.
He has had the operator from round 3, and he's had more. I mean, it's like what 3 of his kills are from classics.
Indeed. I mean, right now they really need to buy in. So now we do see Nitro Zeus going for their first proper gun round. Multiple Phantoms and Vandals being picked up, and if they lose this round, I think it's going to be a downhill. Going to go downhill from there on. It's going to be a rough one for them. Meanwhile, we do see Jackal trying to take control of a main here. Gets a boombot into sight, but no information has been gathered for the time being. Meanwhile, we do see Roscoe just spamming away with that operator, trying to get some sort of a tag. But not going to work out.
Just look at Russell. Russell doesn't have to do anything. All he has to do is put that snake bite and chill in this area. Wait for someone to push, because he knows the moment they push in, they're going to be vulnerable. And when you're vulnerable, you take twice the amount of damage. That's going to be huge. The Impulse used here by Cesar. Run it back as well. 2 ultimates invested. All ready to get inside habibi. Russell is going to get the kill off onto Cesar as he gets spammed through the snake, the voice and cloud. As instead they invested in Heaven to stop a Heaven push, but do they expect Soul is on a huge lurk here all the way through mid top. Next damage is gonna spot Russell, but Russell is able to take him down. But Mamba trades him out. Roscoe takes down Mamba. It's down to a favorable 4v2 on the side of defense here. 2 players stuck on the middle of side. Jacol, does he expect this lurk? He sees the first player. He sees Roscoe's head as well, but he's not able to reply on time as Roscoe and habibi Soul gets together to get the final 2 kills of that round as they complete the 4th round on Ascent here. Again, the fact that they have 2 controllers, again, in a map like Ascent, which is a traditional FPS map, which is, again, that is something that like Ted and I have been talking about, is that a lot of reason, like, we do hate Ascent, to see Ascent a lot in this in tournaments like this, but the reason why a lot of teams like to play Ascent is because Ascent is that, the traditional FPS map. It doesn't have, the gimmicks. It doesn't have the major gimmicks that the other maps have. It doesn't have 3 sides. It doesn't have it doesn't have verticality. It doesn't have huge open spaces like in Breeze. So that's why a lot of people like Ascent. It doesn't have teleporters either, so you just have to play standard defaults to get yourself into rounds.
Very true, and in the meantime, they are going for B execute for the first time, deciding to push the Killjoy site, and the Killjoy might get some action here because Zaraki has been actionless at the time.
Zaraki has a really good position. The utility is huge for him. He gets the first pick, but Zephyr is there with the trade. Russell, the Viper's pick had been invested in the A side, doesn't really get anything. The orbital strike doesn't really get anything either. But Jekyll is able to get some space into market, and that's gonna be the spike going down as well.
Oh, lovely shot by Jackal there.
Crisp shot by Jackal, but Zeno. He's gonna get the kill out of Soul. That's actually a favorable trade. It puts them in a 3v2. But look at Russell, look at Zephyr. This could be huge as Russell takes down Zephyr. It's down to a 2v2. I'm not sure with the Zephyr. Russell while Flash gets the kill out to max damage, and Roscoe closes it out with the knives. The blade storm invested as well, but who cares? That's gonna be the 5th round for the side of Team Habibi Chill. What happened? That was the perfect round.
I think the biggest mistake was done there by Zephyr. They are pushing out through the smokes, totally unnecessary. They had the numbers advantage. They had just had to hold down the side together, and even the orbital strike coming out from Zephyr to try and push out. Zeno there was unnecessary. I mean, they could have held it for post plant there. They could have gone back to B main, and he could have just stuck into B main and just chilled there, waiting for someone to defuse it, while the rest of the team held down to the side and pushing through a smoke.
Let's say that Zephyr was stuck inside his own sky smoke. Could have just stuck there. He didn't have to push out of the smoke.
Yeah.
Him pushing out of the smoke, he puts him at a huge disadvantage as the curveball actually. That's why the players are able to get a kill on to Russell. That's the wiper out of the equation. But immediately the players on the side of Habibi Chill back down into side, and they're gonna play post plant. I'm sorry, they're gonna play side, they're gonna play it slow, realizing that they are at man disadvantage, so they're gonna try and take control of the side here. But look at Soul again. Soul is already on the lurk.
They know this, but Soul also knows he's very good.
But Soul has the headshot angle. What a little cheeky off angle for him there. That's gonna put them at a huge that's gonna completely nullify the man advantage that team had as max damage. Roscoe with the kill onto Roscoe with the second kill with the Phantom. Roscoe, he's straight up runs, he's wheeling himself, and Soul gets the kill onto max damage, and that's gonna be the 6th round with the side of Team Habibi Chill. What is Roscoe on?
Absolute fire here. Roscoe 10-1 right now, and he's been swapping between the pistol and now the Phantom, and he's barely got any kills with the Operator, I would say. Out of the 10 kills, I think he would have got 3 with the Op.
That's like, you know what, I just want to play all the guns. I don't want to be a Jet who plays only Operator. I want to play all the guns, and he just decides to just switch on.
But now we do see the first Operator coming on attack on the side of Nitro Zeus here. Jackal picks up the Operator on the raise. Not something that you see every day, especially with all the verticality that you have with a raise. With the satchels, you don't see them normally going for an op here, but he does reveal his Operator now with that shot. So Habibi Chill is going to be aware that there is an Operator on in play here.
Okay. Spam shots from Roscoe as well onto mid top, doesn't really see anything there. Okay, look at interesting what Jekyll is doing here. They've seen that Habibi Chill likes to push extremities. Especially, you know, I mean, a lot of rounds we saw Soul pushing up into spawn. We had the Killjoy as well pushing into spawn, trying to flank them. So they're trying to hold spawn with this Operator. They're trying to hold this flag. But the thing is, Habibi Chill realizes that there's a Operator that is probably waiting for them in corner, so they're trying to play side. That's awareness coming from. That's really good awareness from the side of Team Habibi Chill, as they are gonna walk in again. Nitro Zeus is gonna get into side as Soul gets a kill onto Cesar. Caught a little off as Russell gonna spam down the door. That's gonna give them an open space into side. Habibi Soul with a kill onto Zephyr. Soul with 3. Soul is on fire right now.
One enemy remaining.
Roscoe with a kill onto Jekyll in mid. It's down to the final player in Mamba, and
that's the op taken out of Nitro Zeus as well, and there is no time left. He is going to be looking to save this. Paranoia goes out, he finds one. Good for the second. No, it's not. Roscoe cleans him up, and it's going to be another good round coming out from Habibi Chill. 7-1 right now, and things aren't looking great at all for Nitro Zeus here.
I mean, we just made a joke about how Roscoe hasn't gotten enough kills with the operator, and Mans just walks in and takes 2 kills and closes out the round.
I mean, he's just proving how good a Jet can be on this map, especially with the op. And he has been able to hold the angles and get those kills. And I feel like the unsung hero here is Zaraki, just because no one is pushing him. Like, legit, no one has touched B-side. They tried touching B-side once. That was, they got a plant out, but they weren't able to hold the side. But I think they should be pushing B here because they had luck there. But right now we do have Roscoe.
Hungry. Roscoe's hungry. He's hungry with his kill. He smells prey. He smells one player. He spots him. Even though he does spot damage every second. Now that's a spike down as well. That's huge information for the side of Team Habibi. Chill. As the spikes down. Oh no, that is so unfortunate. Russell is able to get one consolation kill though, but can he do anything much here with the Spectre? He does tag down Russell to quite a low amount of HP. The layers out, the paranoia is out in counter as paranoia. What is going on? It's just bullets flying out in mid. That's an interesting snake bite there. Stops Jackal from peeking out of marker to get the kill. Cesar with the headshots onto Soul. Cesar waking up. He's actually gonna fake it out with the pistol to get the spike. That's such a huge 5-hit play. The Empress used here by Belgium. Called us. Roscoe doesn't expect him to be there. That is so huge. It's down to Russell in a 1v2.
And he's down to 34 HP, but on the plus side, we do see Jackal also down to a very low HP. Whether Russell can clutch it out is going to be the question. The Razi goes for the plant here on the Reyna. He will get the plant down. And now for the retake from Habibi. Can Russell close this out? We do have Jackal holding down B main there. And we do see Razi playing inside here. The question is going to be whether he can close it out. Razi not picking, just staying inside. But Jackal picks at the right time and gets the kill onto Russell. And that's going to be the second round taken by Nitro Zeus going into the 10th round. But still very much in favor of Habibi Chill here.
Again, Russell going in for that 1v2 clutch. He did not have any utility whatsoever to play around with. Had he had that poison cloud or snake bite with it, he could have been able to close out that angle from the main, which Jackal peeked in. But since he had nothing, he had to just go for a dry peek and try and hope his luck works out. Of course, the luck doesn't work out at that exact moment for him, and that's going to be the second to the side of Team Nitro Zeus as the Moombot is invested again into the A main area. That's an interesting lineup. It actually covers a lot of area without the players having to try and peek in. Next time, walking up into the cubby area. He's going to use the sound cue of the Hunter's Fury to get himself run up into the side. Russell, he's actually going to get taken down. That's you see what they did there. The Hunter's Fury, the sound that comes off the pulses, Max 7 uses that to get himself into the front of Cubby. And Zeno though is able to get it, but Roscoe's here. That's all I have to say. He is just here in mid.
That's so unfortunate because Jackal peeked at the same time that Roscoe did, but Jackal's line of sight was actually covered by his teammate, which made sure that Roscoe was able to get an easy frag on to Jackal there. And
I don't think Zephyr expects Soul to be here. I don't think they're gonna check him. They're just running in. He's gonna. So here's the first sound. He sees the first player. But look at this huge play coming from his. Take the first pick, and that's gonna be the round there. Huge from Soul. I mean, he could have actually stopped that. He could have stopped his teammate from dying by taking the first shot. But I mean, just that. Habibi, Chill is they're just playing on a different level right now. You can see it's not aggression. That's what I like about it. It's not just complete confidence, and they're not just pushing in. They're not just rushing their enemies. It's calculated aggression. They're showing Nitro Zeus enough respect, but they're also dominating them, and that's something that's really nice to see. As Jackal is in mid. Viper's pretty invested in the front of A side. That's gonna stop. That's actually gonna push Nitro Zeus away from going into A main. They're gonna try and go into B as of now. But look at this, Jackal and Roscoe so close to each other. Roscoe gets a kill on the Black Mamba. Does Roscoe expect somewhat? He's actually gonna get out. He actually escapes. How is he allowed to be out of there as he gets taken there by Soul and the Hunter's Fury in combination? That's gonna put this in a 5v3 already, and
There.
I do not know how Roscoe survived that. He had an operator, and that's just how powerful Jet is. Okay, that's just how powerful Jet is, because like
I mean, he had
you
to
can
land the
just
first headshot, right?
Feeling set.
Roscoe with the Roscoe takes down the run it back immediately, and Roscoe is not able to get the shots though, but that's gonna be him peeking into. Look at him, he has a shotty. Just pushing him with the shot. Russell gets a kill onto the Phoenix, and it's down to a 1v. It's down to a 2v5. Do they
One enemy
already
remaining.
walked into side? It's down to
30
Zephyr.
seconds
Zephyr
left.
takes down Zeno. It's down. Zephyr in a 1v4, and he's gonna die. He's gonna die to the utility of the Killjoy. Zaraki is like, thank God someone
Last round in
finally
the
came
half.
into my side. And he gets taken down by this Killjoy utility.
Well, things are not looking great for Nitro Zeus at all. Going into the last round of the first half, 9-2 in favor of habibi, and Roscoe has been on absolute fire here. 16-2 right now on the Jet, followed closely behind by habibi Soul, who had some really good flanks coming out.
Ah, there we go, Russell. There we go. You got your lineup right.
The one way at B main, so they have switched things up. They are playing the Viper at B, and look at where.
Look at
oh
Roscoe.
my
Roscoe's just
lord.
using his blade storm, just walking in front of him.
Spike
He
down
gets
A.
two. He gets two. How does he get away with that? The showstopper is going to be used here by J. Cole, but I'm not sure whether he'll be able to use it in time. He's just going to be able to spam it onto heaven, but doesn't really get anything for himself, as it's on the recon ball is going to spot him out as well to add to their pains as the shock card is going to. Why anymore? The Hub Soul gets a kill onto Mamba in spawn. Again, they're getting pinched in from the shadows is used by Soul to give information that he defended Killjoy. Octown is placed as well. Look at Soul. Soul teleports in behind
enemy
Max Damage, but
remaining.
Max Damage is able to get the kill. But Max Damage left in a 1v3. Now he knows that there must be at least 3 players. He knows all these 3 players are in front of A. He's gonna try to use the curveball, try and isolate a fight. He's gonna try and get it. He's gets spammed down while Russell is flashed up. That's gonna be the 10th round of the side of Team habibi.
Switching
Chill.
sides.
How does Roscoe survive that? How is he allowed to get away with that?
Yeah, he pushed into A main there, like pushed very far in, managed to get 2 pickoffs before he was taken out. And
I swear to God, when I do that,
Did I
the moment I
instantly?
peek, like someone somewhere gets me from behind. I do not know how Roscoe does it. This
Might,
is the thing. You
might,
watch these players do
might.
things.
No.
Yeah.
No. Can I tell you something? You know why? Do you need,
Okay,
do you
okay.
need me to tell
Here we
you
go.
why?
Here we go. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, hurt me.
No. I shall try not to be mean to you. But 18-3 on the Jet right now. He has only died 3 times in the entire game. I mean, this guy. Now on a ghost with the smoke, they are trying to push through mid. The Viper wall is going to be there. Boombot comes out, they're trying to get some information. The pain shells goes out, they manage to take a trade here.
Oh, the shock
Oh
doesn't
my
take
lord,
down
they are
Zephyr.
good. Nina, 22 HP left on Roscoe here, trying to push in through markets. Where is the rest of them? We do see no one
Back
B
from
side.
in spawn. He's given upside.
Oh,
He's
he
given
whiffs.
upside. He's actually kicked, but he's down to 22 HP as well. The spike is actually going to go down here on the side of Team habibi Chill. But look at
One
Soul.
enemy
Look at
remaining.
Soul. How is Soul able to do this over and over again? He's like the David P of Sri Lanka here. Man's just lurks. He's just in spawn all the time. He's behind them. He's all over them as the classic. He's gonna try and come in, and Mamba punishes Zaraki for his lack of disrespect here. But I mean, both players on the side of Team habibi Chill are quite low. Back Mamba might be able to pull this off, but he has to be the first one firing those shots. The paranoia is used by the Omen as well, but Back Mamba is okay, not both house is Jackson, but yeah, that's a really good double pick there from the side of Team habibi
Last
Chill.
player standing.
Yeah, things are definitely not looking good. 11-2, last 2 rounds are left for habibi Chill here, and they still haven't dropped a round on attack, and this is going to be their buy round, so they are going to go for full shield Spectre, a couple of full shield Spectre, 1 half shield Spectre, and a Judge in the hands of Zaraki.
Oh yes, Oh, Zaraki hasn't had any action this entire game. I mean, two of his kills that came from utility. I mean, it's just, you know what? I'm gonna use a charge. I'm gonna just get on their face. Roscoe decides not to shoot the dart. He's actually gonna get attacked. He's teasing his opponents to pick him. He's teasing Max Damage to pick him, but Max Damage gets on the swivel and takes him down. Max Damage did too, but Zeno trades him out. Black Mamba watches as his mate gets taken down. This is spam down with the Spectre. Seferin mid might be able to get this kill. He does. Soul he gets taken down, but Zeno is at the right place at the right moment. That's gonna be a trade off. The toxic poison cloud actually misses the mark to be. Or I'm not sure whether that's where the poison cloud is supposed to land, but it does miss the mark, which means they will try. I mean, they do have the read that both players are in A. Yeah, and that's exactly what they realize that both players are in A. They're gonna go for a quick rotate here. Not taking the route through water, which have been a lot quicker, but then again, they have enough time in their hands to go for this rotate and try and establish good post plants for
30
themselves.
seconds left.
Jackal has already made his way into mid, so I mean he wouldn't be that far away from the play. He's probably gonna hit the spike, go down. He's gonna give the call out, and that's gonna be
Spike planted.
the players approaching in from market and spawn. Mamba gonna put the recon dart into sight. Doesn't see anything. Jackal walking in from market has the pinches out. He's gonna put it in, and is actually, oh no, snake bite stops him from going through lane, and Zeno takes on, but Zeno with the final kill as well. Huge run for him on the Sova, gets 4 kills on a trot here
Match point.
in the anti-eco, and that's gonna be 12 rounds for the match point here. Terra,
Yeah,
what does Nitro Zeus do from here?
I mean, Nitro Zeus, I feel like they're outgunned right now in terms of their agent selection, because especially on defense, they couldn't make the attack work with 3 duelists on their side. So they're definitely not holding down on defense just because they don't have a single sentinel to hold down a side. You're totally dependent on these duelists winning those early engagements, especially on the side of Jackal and Max Damage, right? And they haven't been able to take those fights, especially go up against the likes of Roscoe and Habibi Soul. Meanwhile, as I said, Habibi Soul takes down Jackal yet again, and that's one of the duelists down.
Here.
Jackal has been having quite a
Zephyr takes down
frustrating
Habibi Zaraki.
Can Zephyr go for a little more though? Roscoe has the angle. Mamba gets a kill on Russell on the other side of the map though. Russell going for a little bit of an aggressive fight there, but Roscoe's all the way to spawn. He could just wrap around into A Haven. This could be huge, but he's gonna go for. He's gonna hear Max Damage coming in from window. He's gonna see him as well. Does he get the kill? No, but Zephyr here on the B side gets taken down. That's Spike. He's gonna take some time to come here, but it's gonna come anyway, and that's gonna be the recon dart into spawn to clear out any space whatsoever. Roscoe hiding inside the dark cover, waiting for his prey to come in. Mamba with very low amount of HP. He's gonna get taken down there. Roscoe with the crisp aim and the headshots. Doesn't matter how many HP he has. He's gonna get taken down there.
Remaining.
As Soul walks into B main with 4 kills on that round. That's gonna be the 13th round on the side of Team Habibi Soul, and they're gonna close out Ascent in dominant fashion.
I mean, I knew that they were the favorite team, but I expected Nitro Zeus to be able to kind of give a bit of fight. I think I was expecting a little bit more from them. Sadly enough, I think Habibi Chill just were the better team on the day. They just played really, really well, played that single duelist lineup to absolute perfection with 2 controllers. They gave away almost nothing in defense and just closing out the round on attack quite easily. And taking the, like, they don't need to play mid, but they played mid, took mid control, kept the enemy team guessing, and just was able to outgun them almost at every turn. And that's the other thing, right? Majority of these players, their aim was impeccable on the side of Habibi Chill. I think Nitro Zeus were outgunned in terms of gunplay as well. But having said that, congratulations to Habibi Chill, who will be moving forward in the bracket. Nitro Zeus, of course, will be getting knocked out. hopefully they'll join us again in the next quarter tournament as well and try their luck to move through and put in the time and effort that is required to face off against teams like habibi. But habibi right now, out of the teams that I have seen, looks extremely strong to go all the way into Division A. But we'll have to wait and see. There is teams like Kajwa. I think we missed a game that they were supposed to have yesterday. But there are teams like Kajwa also in this bracket who did have a really good showing in the previous season. So we'll see a good clash as the tournament comes to a close. We are just around halfway down with the tournament. 40 matches. I think altogether we have close to around 70 plus matches in total. We'll be streaming half of what is left basically. So we'll see a lot more Valorant action coming our way, courtesy of Logitech, and of course all these players are fighting for that entire prize pool of 130,000 rupees, courtesy of Logitech. So massive shout out to them for coming in clutch, multiple seasons, multiple quarterly tournaments. I mean, these guys have been absolutely amazing in terms of promoting not just Valorant but multiple titles from Logitech as well. So hats off to them. And of course, if you guys are in the market for some new peripherals, they do have the Logitech G512 Carbon, which is one of the most popular keyboards, and the G502, the new edition, the Hero, or I think they call it Hero, and 15K or something, 15K Hero or something. That's how it goes. I myself, I have the mouse which I am using, and of course, I think I should have the box somewhere. Anyhow, but I am using the G502, absolutely amazing mouse to use, and you can change up the weights depending on what type of weight that you are used to. I myself, I like a very heavy mouse, so I just took out all the weights and just put it right into the mouse, so I have nothing to mean. I like a very heavy mouse. I don't mind it being heavier even, but yeah, that's just me. I think a lot of FPS players prefer lighter mice. I'm coming from MMORPG, so I prefer that heavier mouse, and I have bought it into FPS games as well. But yeah, that's personal preference, and Logitech has you absolutely covered, and especially if it's whether you want a wireless or wired, they have you covered in those terms as well. And headsets as well. So whatever you need, Logitech has you absolutely covered. But having said that, I mean, again, congrats to habibi for moving forward, and better luck next time for Nitro Zeus. But with that, we'll be rounding things up. We do have more matches coming your way tomorrow at 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. and throughout this entire week and entire month, courtesy of Logitech. So do stay tuned in. More action-packed Valorant coming your way at 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. So join us again tomorrow. But until then, it is me, Terra, and mine, both signing off. Catch you guys again tomorrow. See you guys. Good night.